3 guns make it deep into Tampa International Airport. All of them are loaded, but it's really not a surprise. I'll explain next on Nightside. Three loaded guns make it all the way to Tampa International Security Checkpoint. And the sad thing is, this happens all the time. The person who took this boy's wheelchair from a curb thought it was trash. You called it on our Facebook page. Is this a case of theft or an innocent mistake? But first, a tough night for the Lightning up against the New Jersey Devils. Ryan, Game 3 ends with a loss. Yeah, not what the Lightning certainly wanted. But look, you're not going to sweep a team in the postseason, and it's really tough to go up 3-0 in a series, especially playing on the road. New Jersey got some life. Look, the Bolts found out tonight it was going to be tough, giving up a 2-1 third period lead to these New Jersey Devils. They cracked the door open for this young team, and then they just punched right through. It gave them life, and the Devils made them pay. There will be a Game 5 now at Amalie Arena on Saturday. Here's what you need to see from this one. The key play of the game, Bolts whistled for too many men on the ice in the third period with the Devils already having a man advantage. That led to a 5-on-3 for New Jersey. The rookie Butcher's goal, that gave the Devils some life. Of course, they would go on to add another goal and would close this one out 5-2, the victory. As for what you need to know, the captain did finally get one in net. Steven Stamkos' first goal since March 3rd. That snapped a 15-game goalless drought. He had 2 points tonight for Tampa Bay in the loss. You will hear from Stammer coming up in sports. Certainly not the way he and the Bolts wanted to end the night, but there was some positive. Justin Granite and I will go over that coming up in just about 10 minutes. Oh, Ryan, thank you. The Lightning went all out to give you, the fans, a Clearwater beachfront watch party. But anyone who knows Clearwater very well knows that parking is often very difficult to come by, even with those garages and those lots. Nightside Sarah Rosario shows you it's going to be just as difficult to get out.
Many of these people are going home a little bummed that the Lightning didn't win, but it really was a one-of-a-kind experience getting to watch ice hockey here on the beach with the sunset as a backdrop. Nonetheless, there was tons of excitement throughout the night, but unfortunately that excitement may not stay with many of these people as they hit the roads because, as we all know, traffic in Clearwater is never fun. As the sun set in Clearwater Beach, hundreds of people came out to Pier 60 for the official Tampa Bay Lightning watch party to cheer on their team from afar.
Is there a better place to be? Beach, hockey, it's all good.
And some people like this fan came all the way from Cincinnati to watch. Well, kind of. He owns a condo on the beach and knew better than to drive.
I got an email about it being parking issues today, so I just decided to walk.
As the Lightning scored its first goal near the top of the second period, we found people still looking for a place to park. That's why Jim Lewis decided to take the free trolley.
Well, because parking can be a bit of a hassle. Everybody that's from here knows that. So you try and find any way you can to get down, and they make it pretty easy with the trolley system.
The trolley is one of several alternatives the city offers to make getting to the beach enjoyable. On any given day, traffic backups on Clearwater Beach can be expected. After all, it is the #1 beach.
This is an amazing opportunity. This is the first time this has ever happened out on the beach. We've got our #1 hockey team on the #1 beach at the #1 festival in the area.
Were you worried about parking at all?
No. I'm from the area. I knew there would be no problem.
No problem for her, but others had to deal with it. Either way, a fun night in Clearwater. So it wasn't the outcome we expected, but the good news is we have a chance at redemption on Wednesday. There will be another watch party at Amateur Works, and many of these people say they will be there in just a couple of minutes. We'll be hitting the road ourselves, and a trip that would normally take us about 30 minutes may now take us closer to an hour. Sarah Rosario, 10 News. And as Sarah just mentioned there, we have that watch party Wednesday in Tampa. So many people excited about that. But the reality is most people would really rather watch it in the arena, despite the risks, of course, Alex.
Yeah, we posted this photo on Facebook. It's of a woman who says that a puck hit her in the face during Saturday's playoff game. It's been shared about 500 times, and she says that the Lightning should be responsible for people getting hurt at their games. Wow. Yeah. So Sabrina Patty watched the rest of the game from the ER with her husband. The Pattys hired an attorney, but they say they're not looking for a payday. They just want their medical bills taken care of. More than anything, the family is happy that the puck missed their kids.
I'm blessed that it was me because if it was one of them, it would have been a lot worse, I believe, because their heads are just so much more fragile.
The Lightning told us that they're sorry this happened to Patty and her family. They also point out their nets meet the NHL safety requirements. And on the back of every ticket, there's a warning that pucks could fly into the stands. It says neither the organization nor the venue are responsible.
I want to let you know that we are watching a developing story out of Sarasota. Investigators are trying to identify human remains that a couple of kids found off of Gillespie Avenue. A medical examiner is now looking at those remains, and we will let you know as soon as we get more information. 3 loaded guns were found at Tampa International Airport this morning. The TSA says around 5 a.m., 2 guns were found in a passenger's carry-on bag. Then at 7:30, about 90 minutes later, another gun turned up in someone else's carry-on bag. The weapons were found at security checkpoints. Agents took the bags and, of course, told police. They want to remind travelers that guns are allowed in checked baggage, but not in carry-on bags. The number of guns discovered at Tampa International Airport has steadily gone up. Take a look at these numbers. 2015, we saw 49. 2016, 79. Last year, we were at 97. 90 of them were loaded. And then this year, so far, we are at 24 guns found at the airport. We are also seeing a pretty steady climb nationally. As you can see here, 2013, about 1,800. 2015, right around 2,600. And then last year, we nearly got to 4,000. So if you need to travel with a firearm, here's what you need to do. Pack the unloaded gun in a locked, hard-sided container as a checked bag. You need to tell the airline during the ticket check-in process that the bag has a properly secured gun. And remember that all of the locks that are available, they need to be locked.
So what happens if you don't pack heat the right way? Well, you could end up paying close to $10,000 in penalties, not to mention jail time. And here's how it all breaks down, according to the TSA. If your loaded firearm or unloaded with accessible ammunition were to be discovered at the checkpoint, a sterile area, or on the plane, you're facing anything from $3,920 to $9,800 in fines. Unloaded is about half of that. Now, if it were to be discovered in your checked bag, the penalty ranges from about $1,300 to over $2,600. In all 3 of those scenarios, though, you could face criminal charges as well. Now, that's handled separately by criminal prosecutors. TSA doesn't make that decision. I know you're probably asking, who forgets a gun in their bag? Well, it happens pretty often, and some celebrities have done it too. In 2010, reality TV star Spencer Pratt was stopped at a Costa Rican airport where police seized 2 of his guns. They were found in his luggage as he passed through security. He was not arrested or charged. Rapper Waka Flocka Flame was arrested in 2014 for bringing a handgun in his carry-on at Atlanta's airport. And in 2017, American Idol winner Scotty McCreery was cited for the same in Raleigh. He caught a misdemeanor violation for bringing his in his backpack.
This cell phone video of an arrest has activists speaking up. You can see Sarasota police arresting Chad Washington. They showed up after Washington's fiance called 911 for medical help because he was vomiting and foaming at the mouth. Police said he punched officers and that he was high on drugs at the time. But the man's family says that is simply not true. On Friday, the Sarasota police chief announced an internal affairs review found no excessive force was used and that officers involved acted appropriately because they were attacked. Now, Nightside's Joshua Dorowitz is in Sarasota, where people who are unhappy with that result of that internal investigation are demanding to see some changes.
About a dozen people protested the city commission meeting, not by lining the sidewalks out here, but by lining the seats in there directly in front of city leaders to make sure their concerns about the department made it onto public record.
I'm here on behalf of Chad Washington.
I'm here tonight in support of Chad.
I am also here in support of Chad Washington.
It was a direct rebuttal to the findings laid out by the Sarasota police chief on Friday.
Everyone has biases, and we go and train our police officers to recognize biases and make sure no one's discriminating against anyone.
About a dozen people, including members of the Minnesota Black Lives Matter and Washington's own fiance, took a seat before city commissioners to call out the department and call for
The charges against Chad need to be dropped.
And those officers need to be fired.
In addition to that, we do demand an independent community oversight.
3 things: charges dropped, officers involved ousted, and an independent outside investigation. There is plenty of debate as to what led up to when this video started being recorded the night of March 22nd, but what is clear is the chaos that followed as several officers surrounded Washington, kicking and tasing him while he was on the ground.
Again, I'm at a loss. The inhumanity is just breathtaking.
Washington's fiancée says she's still confused why police even showed up when her call was for EMS.
Chad was not armed. He did not pose a threat. I even stated to the officer, you don't need any weapons. Chad is not armed.
Monday's speakers say this is simply the latest example of ongoing racial tension between police and black people in the community.
There were several very good questions raised here tonight.
City manager only responding directly to say there already is follow-up internally on certain policy procedures, like whether officers should be responding to a medical call like this.
In cases like this, I think it's important we all listen to the different informational materials so we can, as close as we can come to it, come together to identify the problems, legitimate problems, and figure out how to solve them.
Something those who spoke argued is much easier said than done. In Sarasota, Josh Sidorowicz, 10 News.
The 5 men investigators say were involved in the hazing death of FSU student Andrew Coffey will face jail time. 20-year-old Coffey died of alcohol poisoning in November. The 5 men who were in the Pi Kappa Phi fraternity accepted plea deals. The case forced Florida State University to temporarily ban Greek life activities.
You helped us get the word out about a boy's wheelchair taken from his front yard.
Well, tonight, that wheelchair is back at his Brandon home. The man who took it said this was all a big misunderstanding. He thought it was scrap because it was left near the curb. So here's what happened. Andrew Dennis left the wheelchair in the driveway to let the bus driver know that his son was going to school. It's something he's been doing for about 2 years now. His 6-year-old son has autism. That custom wheelchair is worth about $10,000. The man who took it told police he planned to just clean it up and actually donate it to a charity. For now, the man is not facing any charges, but we wanted to know, is it okay to take something from the curb?
Yeah, it's a good question, Jennifer. You told us on Facebook Live tonight, we put stuff out at the curb all the time, and people do come by and get it because it's out by the curb with the trash. Trisha, you said you always ask before removing something from in front of someone's house. That's definitely a safer route. And Melissa, you offered this idea to clear up confusion. You always put a free sign on whatever it is that you want to give away. And Dominique, to you, because the wheelchair is customized, it's common sense that it wasn't trash. But you added, I'm glad it's back where it belongs.
President Trump's personal attorney is forced to reveal one of his secret clients. Fox News host Sean Hannity says Michael Cohen has never been his lawyer. During a legal back and forth over records seized by the FBI, the president's personal attorney said Hannity is his third mystery client. Cohen's attorney said 3 people got legal advice from Cohen in 2017 and 2018 after Trump became president. The other is Elliot Broidy, a Trump fundraiser who resigned from the Republican National Committee Friday after it was revealed that he paid $1.6 million to a Playboy playmate that he allegedly had an affair with while he was married. Sean Hannity says he never got an invoice or paid legal fees to Cohen and that he simply just asked him a few quick legal questions. At the bus stop today, kind of chilly for the kids. I saw a lot of them with their sweaters. And they seem it's a little cold.
They're not going to be hanging onto those sweaters much longer, but tomorrow morning for sure, and probably into Wednesday. Still looking at a couple cool mornings before we start to get some warmer temperatures back and we start to get the humidity back.
Oh, you see, you got to balance things in life, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's always a little give and take, but if you do like the cooler temperatures, tomorrow morning is going to be a really great start.
So have the sweaters ready tomorrow. Got it.
Sweaters and jackets. You won't need to layer up or anything like that, but we could see some 40s across the area.
What?
So, yeah,
Okay.
there will be some spots where it gets a little chilly. For most of the Tampa Bay area, we're going to be starting off in the 50s as you're putting the kids on the school bus tomorrow, but look how nicely we warm up as we head through the day. Now, those numbers numbers I was talking about, 40s, that's going to be for folks watching from the Nature Coast and potentially from some of our inland counties. We could very briefly dip down into the 40s, although plan on spending most of your morning seeing those temperatures in the 50s. As soon as that sun comes up, though, temperatures are going to start to climb, and we are looking ahead to a really just phenomenal, beautiful, picture-perfect day with high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Notice all of this sunshine in the mix, and also our winds are going to start to die down just a little bit. Today was pretty breezy, but they're not going to be so light that it's going to be a really great day to get out on the water tomorrow. You want to give it just one more day. If you wait until Wednesday, those waters are going to settle down much more. We're looking at about 10 to 15 knot winds offshore and 2 to 5 foot seas in the Gulf with a moderate chop in the bay. So we can get more ideal weather for you later in the week, and it's just going to feel better to get out on the water when those temperatures start to warm up a bit more, and that's coming by Wednesday. Walk you through the next couple of days. Still have those north winds, but they'll ease up tomorrow. By Wednesday, we start to see those winds shifting, coming back around out of the south, and we're going to start to see more clouds coming in. By Friday, they really start to thicken up, and then as we head into Saturday, can't rule out an isolated shower and possibly a few thunderstorms returning to the forecast on Sunday. This is Sunday evening. The better rain chances still likely holding off until we head into Monday, and that's when our next system is really going to pass just to our north, and that's likely going to trigger more activity, maybe even a little drop in our temperatures. For the weekend, Saturday is your day if you want to get outside, if you want to head to the beach. We'll see warm temperatures, mid-80s, a lot of sunshine, but yes, it will be a little on the humid side. Still better than dealing with potential thunderstorms on Sunday. So if you're looking for the outdoor day, at this point, Saturday is going to be your better bet. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. 70s tomorrow, absolutely beautiful, and then a steady warming trend over the next couple of days. We're back in the mid-80s by the time we head into Friday. We'll stay there through the weekend until we get those chances for storms increasing as we head into early next week.
Now, from your Suncoast Hyundai dealers, this is 10 Sports.
I text the ticket guy, Jim, from over there at Emily this morning. I said, "Man, I'm back in town. I got to get to some games. I got to get some Lightning games because you got to have that. Winning is contagious. You know, I want to be a part of that."
You know, I called Jim too. He didn't answer my phone call though.
I need Jim's digits.
Jameis's team, Tampa Bay, has also been on the end of one of these. Certainly knows what a scuffle looks like. This game got a bit chippy towards the end of the Devils' 5-2 win tonight.
Yeah, look at Sergachev and Brian Boyle getting into it. You know, if it was Boyle and anyone else, they'd be kissing, not fighting each other because they love Boyle. You know, if Jameis is going to call his ticket guy for the next one, it's going to be Game 5 of the first round, not Game 1 of round 2.
Yeah, the Bolts are headed home for Game 5. We won't see a first-round sweep for Tyler Johnson and company. Bolts did strike first, however, tonight. How good has Alex Killorn been this postseason, Jay? I mean,
filthy.
More on that in a second. Tips in off the Cooch pass, 1-0 lead, but Taylor Hall and the Devils come right back. Hall's wrister snaps it past Vassy. It's a 1-1 game. 3 points tonight for that guy right there. He is so good. Bolts took the lead early in the third. Stammer off the power play. Love the one-timer here from the circle. We need to see more of that. 2-1 Bolts. First goal in 15 games for the captain, Jay.
Looked good. Lightning on their way to the 3-0 series lead, but got sloppy. Devils 5-on-3. Too many men on the ice leads to the Will Butcher goal. Ties it at 2. Then with 7 minutes to go, Stefan Nason. He's going to beat Andrei Vasilevsky. 3-2 Devils. They add 2 empty netters. Series now 2-1 Bolts. Lightning committed 7 penalties, which was their undoing.
You can't just keep taking the penalties where we took them, and then, I mean, to go down 5-on-3, the way that happened was tough, and so it was just we did it to ourselves.
You know, in the third when we lost our discipline a little bit, but you know, guys were trying to do the right things and you know, end up taking penalties. But that's what it is. It's not one game; it's a series, and you know, we're still on top.
That they are. They still are on top 2-1. Now, Hedman certainly does have to be pleased with the play of his teammate Alex Killorn. He's been really the Bolts' best player so far this postseason. He's got 4 goals on 3 power play goals, I should say. 4 goals overall on 6 shots on goal.
That's efficiency.
That is efficiency. He has 5 points, by the way, paces Tampa Bay so far this season.
The reason why he's been so successful with those power play goals, we're going to take you back to Game 2. This is number 17, Alex Killorn here. keep an eye on him the entire time, because all Killer's going to do is hang out in the center of the ice, and all the skill guys can do the dirty work. Killer's just going to finish things. This is later on in game 2, again on the power play. Killorn, where do you think he is? Hanging out right in the middle. Watch as this play unfolds. You have Stammer, Cooch doing all the stick work, all of the puck handling, and Killorn once again cleaning it up. Fast forward to today. Okay, you're thinking the Devils, they're going to put a body on Killer now on the power play. Maybe, let's say, center of the ice. I don't think so. Killer, his 3rd power play goal, all of them coming from right smack dab in the middle of the net. Maybe the Devils will get the idea later on in this series. Now, that Killer is getting his skating ability ahead of him. Also, the captain, Riot, looking pretty good, too.
Yeah, the captain, good to see him get on the board tonight. A 2-point night, finding the back of the net. Stammer's one-timer, snapping a 15-game goalless drought. His first goal since March 3rd. Lightning are going to need much more nights like this from the captain to keep the Devils from extending this series. Here's Stammer tonight.
2-1 lead in the 3rd on the road. That's right where we wanted to be. But then we ran into the penalties, and just a lot of unnecessary, uncharacteristic penalties that we can fix. So that's a positive.
That is a positive. Game 4 Wednesday in New Jersey. A lot of scuffling in this game. Needed a couple guys to throw some punches. A guy that won't be throwing any punches or swinging any bats, Kevin Kiermaier.
Well, you can't do that with a broken thumb, right? No. And you can't be the face of the franchise when you're not on the field. Kiermaier is going to have yet another extended stay on the disabled list. But no Kiermaier, no problem for the Tampa Bay Rays today. Here's what KK had to say about being out for an extended period of time.
For this to happen the 3rd consecutive year, another freak type of accident, it's hard to put in words because I'm shocked, surprised, and sometimes it just doesn't feel real, just because it's like this has to be some kind of sick joke.
That's not a sick joke. The Rays did get a win today, though, with no Kiermaier. Daniel Robertson, his first home run of the season. Not like Bryce Harper, didn't crack his bat and hit it out, but still impressive. And the fan who snags the ball, check it out. He's got a Stamkos jersey on. Maybe it brought the Rays good luck.
Good luck.
No, didn't bring anybody.
All right, so this is the hottest video on social media right now. A gorilla is born at the Smithsonian's National Zoo and Conservation Biology Institute. His name is Moki, which means junior or little one in the language used in the Congo.
I'm in love.
Yes, oh my gosh, take a look at that thing. Late last year, the zoo learned that Moki's mom was pregnant. And by using one of those pregnancy tests made for us humans.
We're so alike, look at that. Oh.
Since then, the zoo performed ultrasounds and posted updates to their Facebook page.
Hey, look at her, she's in heaven. I remember that feeling, oh my goodness. Look at that.
Yeah, and what's also great is the staff said that the father, once the baby was born, let out a pleasurable
like noise, like a shout?
A rumble. Pleasurable rumble is what they said, and that's a sign of contentment.
Oh my goodness. You know, it's just like the maternity ward at any hospital. Just really exciting to welcome a new life. Oh, well, that's wonderful.
They're so similar to us too. When you really take a look at them, that's so close.
Have a great night. Bye.